Hey, let's get it done. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? Weird that my screen is a little bit off. Let me just fix my chart up here. It's doing a little weird thing here. Should be squeezed a bit more, but we'll get that sorted. How's everyone doing today? I'm just gonna pull the chart and the chat up here just so I can see what you guys are saying. Welcome everyone to the stream. I'm Coach K, and we're gonna be looking at what's coming up next. I got some crazy data. I got my data guy again messaged me this morning, and he was like, check this chart out. I was like, word. It's very damning evidence what I'm going to show you guys. This is why I'm doing another live today. So I feel like a lot of you really enjoyed yesterday. So I was like, you know what? Let's do these more often. You know, I do them with banter. Might as well do them by myself. Maybe I'll bring on some guests as well. Now, I hope everyone's having a great day. Look, this bounce, do not get overly bullish on it. Do not. Remember, we are not in a safe spot yet. What that means is we are not in a bullish trend yet. We're still pretty bearish. And where did my chart go? My chart disappeared. Anyway, we're still very bearish in my opinion. And until we aren't bearish any longer, I'm going to stay bearish. And I've shown you yesterday, but today is really the stuff that you need to see. It's more important. Today is actually more important than yesterday because I'm going to show you who is buying and who is selling today and how you're getting manipulated and how certain people will tell you it's bullish and we're all back and everything's good. But the reality is we are still underneath the cloud. We still have a bearish Chiku span. We still had a bearish Kumo twist. There's nothing that's changed from yesterday. So no one else should be really changing their stance from yesterday. I would really caution all of you, very, very much so, to be careful who you listen to. And if you are listening to them, that they are being very, very realistic in what's actually happening. Because I've been listening to certain people and I was kind of worried yesterday, mostly for the fact that there's a lot of hopium in the market. And a lot of people are like, yeah, man, we're going back to the moon. Everything's going to go and it's going to be awesome. And we're going to be exactly where we want to be. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that's fair. Maybe we'll get there. But then I show people stuff like I'm going to show you right now that's a lot stronger data points that are very hard for people to say, no, that's not real, or this isn't important. For some reason, I can't pull it up. Give me 1 sec here. I don't know why it's showing my I don't know. Anyway, give me a sec. We're having a little issue on my chart here. It's not showing my chart. It's showing other stuff here. So let me just try to figure out why it's doing that, and then I will be able to show my screen. Not too sure what's going on. All right, let me try Twitter, and I'll start again, and then I'll be good. It was working all fine right before we started the stream, and Murphy's Law came into play. So it was Twitter. Okay, is this the right one? Okay, for some reason my chart's back. Okay. I don't know why my chart is half the size, but we'll just continue on. Let me see how everyone is doing today. Good to see King, Dominic, Joshua. What's up, my man? Moon, Ben. Great to have all you here today. What's up, Blue? What's up, Dominic? And everyone. So what do I think of Matic? I'll tell you guys a lot more. Hide my Pornhubs. Yeah, you know, too many of them. But crypto space waves, small bear market. Yeah, we could definitely have a small bear market. So I just want to give you guys both perspectives. Now, unfortunately, my chart didn't want to play nice, and so it's doing some weird stuff here where it doesn't actually want to show full screen, but that's okay. I don't really need that. What I'm really concerned about right now is data that I came up with today. Now, I've been having a data analyst go and do on-chain metrics for me to tell me who is selling and who is buying and when they're buying or selling. And it's kind of damning evidence when you see that everything that you think or that you're saying and you're telling people's happening is coordinated almost exactly with what's happening from the on-chain data based off of certain players are in this and they are definitely doing, they're playing all of you. They're playing all the retail guys. Hex is pumping hard. Yeah, Hex is, I'm not a fan. I'm never going to be a fan. So that's what I'll say about Hex. You know, I rather back projects that have like a real fundamental backing and use case and stuff. And maybe people say that Hex does. I personally don't think so, but I'm not here to bash Hex. I don't really care. What I do care about is that you guys keep the money that you've earned or you've made this to this point. And I think that if you don't, you're going to miss out on a really good opportunity. XRP will probably rival BTC if the news is true. Honestly, I never, ever, ever will think that XRP will rival Bitcoin. Guys, here's a fact about XRP. You know how they tell you they sell out of escrow XRP every month, and then they put it back in escrow if they don't sell it, and they have like half of their supply basically still to sell. Do you know that when they sell those supplies, they sell them at 30% discount of the current XRP price at that time? So do you know that there's so many people that every single month right now are getting shit tons of XRP every single month that were buying it at 20 cents in the bear market and are probably laughing every time they sell it right now onto you guys. So that's really what's happening with XRP. It can definitely go higher, but knowing that, why would you want to, why would you even put yourself in a position where you could be exploited by that? It doesn't make sense to me personally, but that's just me personally. You do whatever you want. It's your money, guys. But I look at certain things like that and I go, wait a minute. Do you guys say that? I don't know. But that's what I say. Now my camera's doing this weird thing where it always goes like blurry and stuff. So sorry about that, guys. All right. Thanks for being real. You know what, guys? I will never, no matter how much hate I get, will ever not be real. I'll never not be who I am. So that's something you guys can guarantee. I will be arrogantly at that level. Sorry, let me get my autofocus. This thing is dumb. All right, now look how much better that is. There we go. All right. Today's a day of technical issues. Let's get into the charts, though. Okay, so everyone's here for the chart. Stop asking stupid shit and let me explain the manipulation. Let's explain the manipulation. Thank you, John Kleiman, for the super chat. What I'm going to do is right now show you this data. What does this data show you? So I showed you a part of this data yesterday, but we coupled it differently. So now we have a bar graph of every single day that the market dropped, right? And what we can see is who is selling and who is buying on a very easy, it's super easy for all of us to see this, right? So this should be quite simple and straightforward for all of us right now to be able to deduce what has been happening. And you might be surprised that this has been happening. So while you guys were selling, who is selling here? This is large strong hand whale wallet 2-year plus. Watch this. This is large strong hand 2-year plus. This is strong hand 2-year plus. This is strong hand 2-year plus. This is strong hand 2-year plus and 6 months to 2 years. Who was buying when these guys were selling? Retail. People that had wallets open for less than 6 months bought. When they sold last time, some of those newer mid wallets bought. What am I trying to get at? Just watch the trends here, okay? Whales sold, whales sold, whales sold, whales sold. Whales and retail sold that day. Maybe coincidence. But look, whales sold, retail bought. You're starting to see the trend here now. Keep going. Let's keep going. I'll get to other coins later, but please just pay attention to why this data is so important for all of you and why it fits my analysis that we still are not bullish. We're still bearish. We're technically bearish. The whales are also bearish. How can I know that? Very simply, watch this data flip. So we have that huge dump, and that was on May 15th going into the 16th. Who started to sell? Let's look at the data. Well, here's retail new wallets. Look what they did until yesterday. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days straight, they panic sold. Panicked and panicked and panicked. So what happened? all the noobs sold at a loss. The first time this cycle that noobs were selling at a loss. At a massive loss, actually, because every time they kept selling and cascading the liquidations, they kept pushing the price lower. And so they were the reason why this dump became even more accelerated. And now this is only talking about Bitcoin. We're not even looking at what retail did to all the altcoins, because retail, here's a really interesting fact. The retail projects that were very heavily, that didn't use funds, they got abso-freaking-lutely slaughtered. Why? Because retail will never hold when everyone else is selling, because fear will dictate what their move is. This is also why many people for a really long time did not let anyone but accredited investors invest in new businesses. Same reason. Because they can ruin a business like that overnight, as we've basically seen in the market for some of these coins. But the main piece, I'm just going to get right back to this, right back over here on this side, right here. Look at this data. So while all these retail players were selling, not one time for the days from the 16th all the way to the 23rd did one group of people that were 6 months and above selling more than they were buying. And at the same time, those retail players, like we tell you, don't sell to the big players. Those people were selling their Bitcoin to the people that wanted to buy it the cheapest, to the people that manipulated you to think it's going to go lower. And honestly, I think the cause of a lot of this was too much retail in the market, too much fear, too quickly, and everyone panicked. And so, what happened today? Or sorry, not today, but the last couple days. Well, we don't have yesterday's data, but I have the day before it. And what it shows is on the 24th, on Monday the 24th, after all these whales went and bought a ton of Bitcoin, what did they do on the 24th, on Monday? They all started to sell again. And what did retail go back and start to do? They all started to buy again. The question is now, who do you guys think are buying right now? And who do you think are selling? Because really, this is still what I call a bearish trend. We're not in a full-blown bear market yet, but we definitely could be, and we're on the teetering point of going there. So don't let these hopium people push too much of the fundamentals into your head, because fundamentals don't always match up with the TA or the price of an actual project, company. Many times there's a lot of undervalued and a lot of overvalued companies and crypto projects in the world. You have to understand which ones are which. That's the important part. But right now, what this is showing me is that we had a really strong follow through after that second dump, but we are not really seeing really strong follow through after it. So we had like this, okay, boom, we came up, not really seeing a follow through. We need a follow through. It's stalled at 39,800, right around there. And then we go back and we open up this inverted head and shoulders, which we can see right here. We are still rejecting off the Tenkin. And if we keep rejecting off the Tenkin's coming down. Remember how I told you guys it would take a few weeks? What we would look for is that these would cross over. This would turn bullish. We'd break into the cloud. We'd break on the other side of the cloud. And then we would retest. We would enter. If this crosses and the Chiku spin goes above the candlesticks on the 4-hour, we will enter in the cloud. We will look to take profit when it gets to the top. And then what we will look to do is re-enter on the re-entry. So once it breaks out and retests, that's where we would enter on this one. So Bitcoin, we would be looking for it to break up, retest at 44.9, and we'd enter and look for it to go there. That still wouldn't mean we're bullish though. It would just mean that we're still a part of that relief rally that we talked about to like 50, 42, 50. So that's what I'm looking at. What I'm also looking at is this Tenkin is still hooking down. We still have a bearish Kumo. We still have a bearish Chico span. We're still underneath the cloud, which is bearish. We could even come all the way up to the top of this cloud right here, tap it, and come right back down because this acts as resistance, this Kumo top, or sorry, the Kumo bottom. And we also have the Tenkin, which is resistance. We have the Kijin, which is resistance. We have the level, which is resistance. So there's a lot of resistance there that would push us back down if we go retest it. So I don't think we're going to break in and break to the other side until we test it a few times too. So that's why I'm saying 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks still before we see a real full-blown recovery, where someone like myself, who's a technical trader, will say this is technically bullish now. The fundamentals are bullish, but it doesn't mean that the technicals will follow. And this is what I'm really, really cautioning all of you on. So that's the big piece that I wanted to share with you all about what's going on. We're still waiting for this. We're still waiting to see, is our hash ribbon going to flash a buy? That's what would make me kind of more bullish. And I still think that could take a couple weeks. That could take till the middle of June or like something like that. And then that flashes and it doesn't instantaneously always go up. So it might take a little longer, but that would be the bullish case. So you have to understand the bullish and the bearish case right now. Right now, if you're a smart trader, you're going to short this level right here because we haven't been able to break it out. And until we break that level, we would short it to look to come back down, or we would wait to see if we break out that level and we would buy the retest. So those are the two plays that you would have on Bitcoin. Let me just come back now. I'm going to look at some of your questions. Sorry, guys, I've been just trying to get through all this while it's still relevant to my brain. Okay, he called ShopX. We got wrecked before the crash. Yes. People, guys, no one can say, actually, let me just put it this way. When I called ShopX, go on my Twitter, ShopX was $1.60. It went to $3 from after that call. If you did not take profit, actually, if you followed anything that I've said I'm doing and you lost money, look at yourself in a mirror and remember that you are the one to blame, not me. I tell you what I'm doing. I take profit. I told you I was taking profit several times, and never when you're 60% in profit on a trade should you not be taking profit. That's not me placing blame on you. It's just in general. This is what I do. People that are around me know to take profit. They also know I dollar cost average. They also know that every coin that I've been talking about, I still hold all of them. I hold Earn, I hold PPay, I hold Freeway Token, I hold all the stuff that I talked about. I didn't dump on anyone. I sold as it went up. When it dumped back down, I bought some more. That's what you do. That's what traders do. And guess what? I'm still more in cash because I'm waiting. Because if we do get in more bearish, I will buy it cheaper. I'm patient. I don't need to make money tomorrow. I'm not get rich mentality. Neither should any of you, because that's how you get poor quick. Trust me. That works very well. They work well together. All right. SuperX, ShopX, JigStack, anything that you bought that was an alt before this dump, what are you going to do? You're going to wait for it to come back, or you're going to take a loss, or you're going to have to lick your wounds. Like, there's nothing I can tell you to make that better. So if you're looking for me to tell you, oh guys, like, yo, we're going to be bullish and you're going to make all this money right now, right this second, tomorrow you're going to be rich. No, it's not going to happen. You're here to actually learn how to trade. You're here to think and learn a mindset a mentality of being rich. It has nothing to do with how much money you have in your bank account. Rich mindset means you could have zero and turn yourself into a millionaire. It's mindset. Get over the whole, oh, well, bot dips didn't work, or this didn't, or this person's to blame. Take responsibility for your own actions. Learn TA, learn fundamentals, make your own choices. I'm here to help you guys see what I see. I'm not here to tell you what to buy. I'm not your financial advisor. I am not your trader. I have a trading firm. I trade for people that pay me a lot of money, that give me a lot of money to trade for them. That's different. Then they can blame me if something goes wrong. You guys can't, okay? And if you want to, you really, really should be looking at yourself in the mirror and going, was it me who put the trade in, or was it you? Because, look, I love all you guys and I want you all to do well. But the reality is, if you're trading and you're not taking profit and you're not practicing the stuff that you're preaching, then you're going to lose money, including myself. I don't use risk management. I lose money. You lose money. Everyone loses money. That's part of the game. We just have to be smarter, and we have to learn to not lose money. And that is risk management. That is why I preach taking profit. I want you all to do well. I just don't want you to get sucked into a you know, a hopium mentality. It's just not okay. All right, let me see what questions we have in the chat. Any charts, anything that you want to see. Oh, eggplants. Crypto Man just tweeted he's aping. Hey, let him ape. Let him ape in, man. Look, anyone can ape if they want to ape. Anyone. But look, I'm not going to give you hopium. That's the straight up truth. You love paid still? Yeah, I love paid still. Paid just made me a chunk of change on Shield. I held my paid. I sold some of my paid on the way up because I have a lot of paid. So I sold some, a little bit, sure, of course. Did I ever market dump on any of you and push the price down? Absolutely not. But I took a little bit of profit on paid. Do I still have enough for Galaxy tickets? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it makes me money. Every single time I've done a paid ignition IDO, I have not lost money yet. So yes, is paid valuable? Absolutely. Do I like paid? Yes. Do I like cards? Yes. They're two of the best launch pads in the whole entire space. By far, by far. Yeah, this person with the eggplant thing, like, maybe we can just mute you. Yeah, let's mute you. I'm going to hide you. Bye-bye, JP. Okay, so EVN or Envy. Okay, yeah, let's look at EVN and Envy. I haven't looked at those in a little bit of time. And let's see. You know what I want to talk about is Dick, because this is actually hilarious. My group bought into this just as a joke, and it is rocking. Gotta love that, right? But let's look at some serious stuff. So EVN, this is one that I know the team quite well. These guys have some seriously cool tokenomics, the way they built them up. And am I bullish sharing? Yeah, guys, every time you ask me sharing, I'm always bullish on sharing. Like, I literally still hold every single one. Like, I didn't even sell one sharing at all since I bought them. Nothing. And I watched them go to a cent, and I watched them come back down, or 10 cents and back down to 2. I don't care. They have way bigger stuff coming. Doesn't matter. So EVN did exactly what it was supposed to do. It came up, came back down. Remember, this is actually 500x from when it launched. It launched at $1. So anyone that can talk crap about this, I don't know how you can. You can mine this. And then EVNY is the it's like their LP token. So you can mine EVN with it. And it's $1,000. And I think this started at like $100 or something. So yeah, these guys are doing really, really well. And they mastered the dump. Like, no issue. Like, literally no issue. It's still way above when it started. So these are good. Bullshit, you're an influencer? So what? What does that mean? I'm an influencer. What's the point? It's so... hey, bullshit, I'm an... No, this is a funny when people say stuff. You guys are all looking for someone to blame. And this is the thing. The ones who are here right now that know what's up, they're not looking for someone to blame. They're looking to gain something from this. They're looking to ask and learn something. People that are here just to complain, I mean, guys, you have better things to do with your life and your day. That's the truth. I don't care personally. Like, literally, you can sit there and whine and complain all you want. I don't care. It doesn't affect my life. What it will is affect your life if you learn something new. So I just don't understand the negative mentality. These people lose all their money usually because they're always so angry. I blame you for making me way too much money. Yeah, Josh, I blame you too. I blame you. But look, XPRT, yo, I brought on Tushar from Persistence a couple weeks ago. I'll bring him on again. These guys have the commodities decks. These guys are legit. They're backed by Arrington. Seriously, XPRT, I've been talking about this since before they launched. They were 25 cents. I think they're like $11 or $12 right now. They are crushing. This is a private sale I got into super early before everyone even cared about private sales, and I waited for 7 months to get it. 7 months. I didn't see my coin. I gave money and waited 7 months. But that investment has done extremely well. So that is the part of being a private investor that a lot of people that are IDO investors don't understand, because they just go in, they get all their tokens. It's great. You don't have the risk when you're IDO. That's the beauty of these paid and these cards and type of plot. You have no risk. You have 100% of your tokens day one, versus doing seed or private where you have a 6 month, a year, or 2 year lockup. And if the project does poorly, you're stuck. You can't sell. So basically you end up stuck, and if the project fails, you lose all your money. So this is the thing that people don't understand when it comes to that side. And that's why I said I have potentially $400,000 that I could see go poof if the market went bearish. So no one wants this market to be bullish more than me. That's the truth, because I have a lot that I could lose for that. Just keep that in mind. Thoughts on More Finance? Good question. So they, I think, have their last, or just had, I think they have their last token release coming up, and then they're linked to the team from Union Finance. They've had obviously extremely hard go because the market's just bad. So I mean, they were starting to come back here, and then the market dumped. That was on the 18th, like literally just like the worst timing ever. But they do have all their tokens released, I think, in another week, and then they'll be done. And they'll be bottomed. They only raised $750,000, so the liquidity is still quite good, being at $627,000. But bottoming out, I don't know for sure if I would buy this until the last unlock happens yet. I wouldn't really buy any shit coins yet, but that's just my personal opinion. Alpha, okay, good. Super chat. Jonathan Bragg asks, Alpha and upcoming launch. Yes, Alpha. Okay, so this project I am in. I am an investor, so I am a little bit biased. I do want to see it go up. But let's look at the chart and see what it looks like. It looks pretty deathly, to be honest. It doesn't look great. Let me see. It's had a little bottom recovery here, but does not look great. We do have some resistance that it's about to run into right here. So I'll just show you where the resistance is. You see how we gonna have that resistance right there, that SR level. So if it breaks this level, there's a positive here, so it's not all negative. If it breaks this level, I think we'd be coming around to this one next, somewhere in this range over here. So that would be the play. So it could come back to about $5 if it breaks, holds, and then goes higher. So that's what we're looking at with Alpha, but that is your analysis for that one. All right, questions. Let me see. Zenfu, is that Zenfu? Zenfu, right? Zenfuse. Is this the one that's backed by that Vitalik liked? There was a lot of like people saying that Vitalik was backing it or something, but it was all BS. This looks pretty bad. It's got down to this like level right down here, right? Really the low lows. But I mean, it's pretty bleak looking chart. We do have movement. I mean, if it can move, it could come back to 13 cents, but I wouldn't be trading something like this right now. Honestly, like I'd be sticking way much more to majors, things like KSM, ADA, Bitcoin. I'll show you the stuff that I'm looking at right now in a bit. Let me just get a couple more questions. Luna's done a really nice start. Quick swap. Well, Quick has just been amazing. Honestly, the Polygon Matic ecosystem really is impressive. It's impressive. A lot of people didn't believe in that, but look, these guys started, I think they were $50 when they launched. They're just crushing along. They even hit like a $2,000 or so. But the reason why QuickSwap's doing well, simply for the fact that it does work, because most of the stuff in crypto doesn't work properly. It works, it's fast, and it's cheap. So that's where we're doing well. All right, let me get back to my normal charts here for a sec. If any of you guys want charts, just let me know. I don't see every single question, so just let me know. Stop shilling shit coins, please, and let's do good coins. Well, I gotta still let people know what's going on with their coins, right? We can't hate on everything. And I'm definitely not shilling shit coins because I didn't tell anyone to buy literally any of the stuff that we just went over. So let's get back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we know what we're looking for. Ethereum, how do we look on ETH? ETH doesn't look as bad as Bitcoin, as I've said yesterday, but we just don't have a strong follow through. Until I see that real oomph, and we don't use hash ribbons on ETH or any other coins, so don't look at this unless we're on Bitcoin. Yeah, like it's still above the candlesticks. We're still above the cloud. We're technically not bearish TK cross, but we're not really bullish either. So it's kind of like this holding period where I just wait and see what's going to happen next. And we go down to the 4-hour to get our secondary chart. We do see similar things that we saw on Bitcoin, but what we're seeing here versus Bitcoin, which is more bullish, is that we've reclaimed the Tenkin. We didn't do that on Bitcoin. So we broke above the Tenkin. We've retested it. let's see if we can start seeing some bullish momentum come from Ethereum now here, because it definitely does have that you know, that left shoulder, the right shoulder, the head. It's got that set up nicely on that 4-hour like Bitcoin did, but that doesn't mean it's going to guaranteed play out. Polka Swap price prediction. Honestly, that's one of the hardest ones to do, because with PSwap, and this is definitely not a shit coin. The guys behind Sora are behind PSwap, so Makoto and the guys there, they're top notch. But yeah, I don't know if this is the right PSwap, but they clearly have done this in a way that was very methodical. And PolkaSwap, I think you just gotta wait for the Polkadot ecosystem to start really kind of pushing a bit more. And you know, for Moonbeam, a lot of these things need to kind of come into play for PolkaSwap to do its best. So it's probably good opportunities showing right here. All right, I'm not going to talk about some of these coins that I see here just because they're not. Okay, views on DOT. Let's go back to the majors, okay? So let's go back to my majors list. We're going to look at ecosystems. So remember what I was telling you guys? Look at ecosystems for the long-term plays. Yes, when the market's down, this is what you should be looking at. Okay, so we looked at KSM. So I was in KSM yesterday. People asked me why. I was like, well, we reclaimed a level, like pretty clearly. So we had this same inverse head and shoulder type pattern on the 4-hour, but you know, I just knew that if we're gonna go back down to 300, like I bought at 300 at like about around 300. I sold at 360 yesterday. I think my guys in my group confirmed that, and then I rebought again at 310, and then I sold again. The reason why I sold again is because I was just like not too sure if we're going to get that continuation. So I'm going to wait. And if we do get the continuation, I'll rebuy and let it continue going up. So KSM, we're looking okay, but I would like for us to continue this momentum. We got to bounce off of here, and then we'd be pushing towards this C clamp, which we have. So we'd be pushing towards the top of the Kumo. So about $415 will be our next level. But it needs to hold. I do like that we're starting to see a little bit of a flattening of the EMA here, the 21 EMA, and so that's very promising. Looking over at DOT has a very similar chart to KSM. It's almost like you're looking at the exact same chart, right? You see that, and then you see that. So they kind of move in unison. So if KSM starts to move up, DOT is going to move up. Pretty straightforward. You can see that there. We do have resistance right around 20. Let me just make sure because I'm on the 4-hour. Do this on the daily just quickly. So we're gonna probably run into resistance around where we're at right now. But if we break that, there really isn't anything stopping DOT from going much higher. So that's very encouraging for people who love our DOT. We can see that our real next level of resistance will probably be up here. So this might be a good opportunity, but we need to reclaim this 200 EMA. This could be and is right now what's holding us down. We break above that, we're likely going to see 29, and if we break into 29, we'll be back in the cloud. So we could see this continuing staying green and us reversing. But I'm not bullish yet, just because of what I showed you guys. Privacy coins will rise, I think maybe, but it's really, really risky. Got Matic under $1. You want to add more. Okay, so Matic is like this like everyone thought it wasn't legit. Everyone thought it was legit. It was a big pump and dump, and it wasn't a big pump and dump. Now, like it's like okay, Matic is legit. You want to get more Matic? Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get any more Matic at cheaper prices unless the market gets bearish, because Matic is mega bull. Even through all this stuff, it stayed above the cloud, like. Even on the shorter time frames, it stayed quite bullish. I think on the 12-hour, it didn't even get, 12-hour just bounced off the Kumo top and just went right back. Craziness. Crazy moves. Now we're looking for Matic to actually push to about $2.45. I do think when it gets to this level, we'll see a rejection first before we go higher. So if Matic stays bullish, likely we come to see a rejection, pull back down to the daily open, or maybe even the weekly open way down here. It's possible. Nah, it's too far away, actually, to be honest. So yeah, probably the daily open. We'd be looking for it to come up here. Around there is a good convergence point right in here. So around $1.60 to $1.80 would be a good buy-in zone for a short-term bounce to get in and go higher. So that's what you'd be looking at. All right, RSR, Hex, USD, Pundy. Oh my God, there's so many. Okay, let me see these. Thank you, Sam, for the super chat. Can you TA BNB? My thoughts on GTC and True. Let me go with BNB first and tell you guys I did take profit on BNB. Why is it not showing? Let me just go here quick. I did take profit on BNB. I do see a very nice V bottom reversal pattern here, right off this level that held from the past. So this is what I love about TA. Levels that hold true long time. Like you can go on to like FX charts from 20 years ago and draw levels and they come back so often. It's crazy. So this will happen in Bitcoin in the future. But what I'm seeing on BNB is a nice a nice bounce off of this level right here and a clear 3 inside up that is now following through. What we're looking for BNB to go higher is we're seeing how this starting to flatten out. We need this 21 EMA to flatten out so we can reclaim it and go higher. But we do have a lot of bearish indicators like Chiku span bearish Kumo twist below the cloud. We had a bearish TK cross that happened right around here. So we want to see this stop going down. These dots are predictive that it's going to keep going down. We want to see that kind of start to shore up. So it kind of gives us the momentum coming back into the market. And really, if you look at the volume here versus the volume here, we haven't seen the right type of volume reaction that we need to really say that's a full-on push through. Now, the next one is GTC. I'll do that one as well. It just came out. So let's just pop that one up. I do see yours, Matt. I'll get to yours next. Gitcoin. So Gitcoin is I'm not really too sure on the. I didn't really go in depth on Gitcoin. But Gitcoin is the one that's like GitHub, but like their own on chain or something like that. I don't really know much about this coin, and it's too new for me to really give you an opinion from a technical perspective. So it's give it a couple days, then ask me again about GTC. It's just too new. TrueBit like had a crazy run. Is it done that run though? Because honestly, like it really mooned hard. I remember that. Let's see how it's been doing. So since that crazy first day that it had, that was a crazy first day. All right, let's see. Hold on, it doesn't want to load properly. Let me try this again. Oh my lord, what is this? That first day, man. Holy moly. Looks like it's bottoming out, TrueBit. That might be a positive, but again, really need to see if it's gonna break this trend. You can see it's like such a perfect. This stupid DEX tool doesn't always work properly, but you can see what we're seeing here. That this kind of broke it. It's kind of retesting. Let's see how it reacts. Could definitely go. We might want to buy in this zone right here where it's at. If you are looking at TrueBit on a bullish side, you would be looking to kind of buy in this level right in here after this reaction. And then not even that high, honestly. It's a much smaller zone. And then we would be looking to go towards our next level, which is right around here. You can see that. So we'd be looking to get about 70 cents would be our level. And if we lose this, well, it's really easy. Let's cut our losses right there. Nice and easy trade. Thoughts on LCX? LCX. Man, I haven't talked about LCX for a while. I did tell everyone for a really long time. It seemed like they were dead. It felt like it. No, this is not LTX, LCX. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Lattice. Lattice did come back. LCX had a really crazy move. Like, it had a few really crazy moves, let's be really honest. Not since you can see on here, but LCX Exchange from, I believe it's like Luxembourg or whatever. They have Monty, great team, but I think they're still, I've been saying this for a really long time that they were just too early, and it's because of STOs. We're still trying to figure out ICOs. We're still trying to figure out, tokens. So security tokens, it's a whole nother regulatory part. And I did say about 3 years ago, February, that it would take 5 years. And I think it might even take longer than that from that point, because it's just too much regulatory side of how things are done. It just makes it really difficult. Can I look at scale? Yeah, SKL. Let me see if I can find that on a normal chart. Right, here we go. So new though, like, see how we can how we do it. All right, so scale definitely came right back down to this level where it kind of broke out from. So did a retracement of the whole entire movement. So what you can see here, let's go on the daily and let's auto this so it looks a little bit better. What we would just do is draw support and resistance. So a lot of people just like make this stuff way more confusing than they need to. Draw support and resistance. So where can we see support? We can see that down here, this was an area in the past that it bounced. So we also see that this is also the area that it bounced that broke out to this side. Let's see what the retracement was of that move, right? So like, 1 second here. Where's my tools? There we go. So from here to here, that was a huge move. It came all the way back down, and now it's coming back up, probably to the 618, where you can see how that's an area where it's rejected. So let me just zoom in quickly so you can see what I mean by rejected. Rejected by, if I draw a line right on top of this one, you can see that every time it tried to break above it, it was really hard. And then it acted before as support. It broke down, held, and then it broke below. So we see that it's acted as resistance many times in the past, and has acted as support in the past as well, and flipped back into resistance, then to support. Now it's resistance. So this is an area where you can see that this might want to pull up to. So scale, we'd be looking around 60 cents. On the daily chart, this might take some time, but remember, scale is technically bearish, and we still have these things not flattened completely out yet. So that's what scale is showing me right now. DPR, let me just get through some of these. OGN at 67 cents. So you basically want to know, where does OGN go next? So let's have a quick look at OGN. So looking over at OGN, wow, it's had a nice move, man. You bought at 67. What a great buy, man. Great buy. Honestly, I haven't looked at OGN for quite some time. I would assume you probably bought it at around 67 cents because there's this past level that was a high. Or maybe that was just, because you just saw the opportunity and you just took it, which is even better. So we see that that was a level. But what we also see is that this was much stronger of a level in the past, right around here. So we'll just keep those both on the chart. And then we can make zones. So you just ever see traders make zones? They make like a little a rectangle, and they say like, oh yeah, if it comes to this zone, I'm buying in there. That's what a zone is. Okay, so it goes between two levels. You might hit one, you might not hit both. So you kind of put some buy orders in those zones. That way you can catch some of them, not all of them sometimes. So what I'm looking at here is OGN is about to potentially break this old downtrend. This is pretty cool. You don't really see this too often, but you see this trend, this downtrend that was there. It's about ready to break it. If we just connect those two tops, it's basically right there. So, it could be another buy opportunity in this zone right here. If we break out of it and we get above, it could be a breakout opportunity for breakout retest and go at least to the Kumo top right here. So there's opportunities, but again, I'm bearish, and this could be just a really nice relief and a rejection and back down. So play it careful. I would be taking profit here if I haven't yet. So great question. Hey, brother. Gwen, what's up, brother? What do you think of DFYN, new exchange on Matic, exploding right now? DFYN is an absolute effing beast, okay? Anything that's built on Polygon right now, anything built on Matic right now, these are beasts, okay? Why? Because it's cheaper and faster. And everyone knows if you can do two things, like being cheaper or faster or better quality, you can't do all of the things. You have to do some of them. But if you're cheaper and faster, those two things are going to draw a lot of people to your platform. We saw that with BSC, but BSC is centralized, and a lot of whales, like even including myself, I wouldn't call myself a whale, but even including myself, do not like trading on BSC. It just feels cheap. It feels centralized. I don't know. Like there's something about it that just doesn't, It's not as enjoyable trading on Pancake as it is trading on, Ethereum. Maybe it's just because it feels cheaper. I don't know. But yeah. But with DFYN and with Polygon, it feels like you're trading on ETH. So it's a little bit of a better experience in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but I think DFYN, these types of projects, like when it dipped, if you bought it, you probably feel like a champ. Guys in my group were buying it at $2. Amazing for them. Like I missed this one completely, but I love the project. EGLD, another really good project that should be in my blockchains area, and for some reason it's not. So let me just add that in right now because I love EGLD, and for some reason this was not put on my chart. So let's go look at it. Oh, it's nice. It's had a really nice recovery off there. I was a little bit concerned. I'm not concerned right now, but I'm also like, I don't like it. But look how true TA rings. We always look for levels like these to come back and retest, okay? So levels on charts print and they clean them back up. Do you ever hear a trader saying I'm cleaning, they're going to go and they're going to clean it back up? Well, that's basically what they're talking about, okay? So here what we're seeing, we had the head and shoulders on EGLD, and I thought it would come down lower, but it dead cat bounced, and then it went lower. Some people would say, oh, well, then it wasn't a head and shoulders. Maybe, maybe not. But it came back to that level, rejected that resistance, and then went lower. So it ended up playing out regardless the way I thought it would. Now it came back down to $65. This was where you could have, and many traders, this is why it got bought up. Many traders saw this and probably had scattered in trades, buy orders in that level. That's how you do it when you guys are looking to get in and you think a dip will happen, or you don't know and you want to get a dip buy when these types of candles happen. You just set dip buy orders. You leave those orders there for a long period of time. It's money that you just like, you don't care about to invest. Put a few $1,000s and you just do that. A lot of people don't have the capital to do that, so they don't. But like you catch a wick like this and then, it goes all the way back up. You make so much money in like seconds. It's crazy, but it's really hard to catch. So when I'm talking about EGLD, does it look good right now? I wouldn't be trading this yet. It doesn't have the structure for me to get extremely excited yet. Has that same inverted head and shoulders that Bitcoin does, but again, too much resistance to reject off of right here at about $118. The risk reward is not good. Not yet. All right, let's look at some others. I'm going to be getting off the stream in about 5 minutes. So get your last questions in. Let me know. Okay, Matt wants to know, and okay, Mr. Ola, and we'll get to Matt. Coach, are these indicators that you use Ichimoku, Kumo switch, and Ichimoku cross? What do I Google to learn the cloud strategy? Actually, so because of what happened with Free, I have 2 trading courses, and I'm making Club Token. And anyone that's in the club will get access to my trading courses, which will teach you everything that I do when I'm trading so that you guys understand everything that I'm talking about. If you want to find free stuff online, just look up the Ichimoku Cloud indicators. There's books, there's lots of stuff. But the only thing is when you're learning in a non-structured way, where you're learning piece by piece, you miss a lot of the fundamental analysis of how you actually set up trades. So that's the difference. That course will be available, but we're just getting all that stuff set up on a website and stuff. So give it a little bit of time, and then you guys will be able to get access to that. My 3 most bullish coins right now, or like in general, because overall my 3 most bullish coins are very simple. What do you guys think they are? Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up between DOT, KSM, and a bunch of others. But yeah, 3 most bullish coins long term. I'm always going to be a Bitcoin first and Ethereum second type of guy until I see anything else. I do have a lot of bullishness for blockchains like AVAX, like Solana, like EGLD, like pretty much anything on this list, right? So Luna, sharing, anything Strax related, Solana, and one thing I want to look at really quickly is how has YLD been doing? Because YLD, Yield.app, Blockbank, Celsius, Nexo, they're kind of built for bear markets. Like they're built for where you have a bunch of dollars and you want to take those dollars and you want to take them and you want to put those dollars to work, but not have to worry about the market because the market's bearish and you don't really know how to trade properly. So you don't want to put yourself at risk. But what we did see is we do lose this range here, and we came down to a lower level, which was our high of the past. This does happen sometimes, but it is something that we kind of expect when the market does this, because right now the market isn't bearish yet. But when this gets bearish and they start making people money in the bear market that don't know how to trade, that aren't making easy money anymore with IDOs and stuff, this is when the YLD will just see its pinnacle. And remember, if you have 20,000 YLD, you get 20% a year. There are other platforms, you need a lot more money in their coin. A lot. It's a really good opportunity here. Sushi Swap is better than Pancake Swap. Yes, it is. Honestly, there's lots of really good tech that's going to come out. It's going to be better than both of those, to be honest. You love BSC and you completely agree. Look, a lot of people like it and don't like it. BSC to me feels like what my kids should be playing on, like a game that my kids should be using. It doesn't feel like a place that I should be trading $1 million on. Let's put it that way. So this is why all ETH OGs, all the OGs pretty much I know do not use BSC. They use it just because of convenience when they do, but they launch all their tokens on ETH. Have you guys not noticed that? ETH is where all the money goes to mostly. Most of these crap coins, they're only memes that are doing well on BSC, hence the childish narrative. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not hating. I'm just saying that's what people perceive. This is the perception of a lot of people who talk to me saying it all together. All right, a couple more minutes and then I'm going to be out. Any short trade setups? Yeah, of course. Of course. You want a short trade setup? Let's give you a couple right now. So, Bitcoin. What is your short trade setup for Bitcoin? Well, it's pretty much playing out right here. What we'll be looking for is for us to complete the next shoulder, and the shoulder needs to come back down. So on a 4 hour, you can clearly see we have a shoulder, we have a head, we have another shoulder, but like we really didn't make the second shoulder. So I don't really like to say that this is, I don't know. Let me give you my perspective here. So we got this right here. I think what's likely to happen is this. Okay, you want a short setup? This is your short setup. You're going to wait for this to come. Either it's going to reject off here. We're going to go 40K and that's it. Or we're going to reject off this level, this trend up here, right? So we're around 40K, you should be short. Okay. If we break into the cloud, you can close your short. So it's a really, really low risk trade because you're going to have a really, like, basically if it goes to 42, you're out, right? You're going to stop out. But we're looking to come back down probably to like around here at least. And like I was saying yesterday, more like here to the Tenkin. So we're looking at 35, 36. So what's our risk reward? Go to our short position. If we open a short right here off there and we exit the short right here, okay, and we're aiming for the Tenkin, which is around here. Let's say we go a little bit above that. We're doing 3R trades. What does that mean? Well, it means that if I risk $100 if I stop out, if I'm right and it does go to $36,000, I'm going to make $300 profit. So that's a great risk reward. I'm going to take that short because it's a good risk to reward. It's a good ratio. This is how you trade. You trade based off of data, off numbers, off of probabilities. The probability is we're likely to come back and make a shoulder. So we're likely to come down here to this level. So more likely to go down further than up. Simple. That's the short trade setup. Now we can look at Ethereum. Ethereum, where are we going to look to short Ethereum? We're going to look to short Ethereum off this Kumo top. Why? Because it's not only a Kumo top, it is also a 200 EMA. And the first time it's going to slam into that, it's not going to break it. Look as we see on the other side from the bull case. As it came back down, it didn't just break through the first time or the second time. It took 3 times. And you're going to see that's a normal trend. And even if it breaks through, sometimes it will just hold it. So what I'm saying is that this is a really good opportunity for us to short if we do run up to 2,900, 29.5. And where will we go to short this down to? Well, probably about the Tenkin. This would be even better trade if we short it. But I don't think it would come all the way to the Tenkin. So we'd probably be looking for this level where we see support right around here. So we would be looking to short there. So what would our trade setup be? We would be going in on that trade here. We would be getting out if it just literally just give a little bit of space. And we'd be aiming for at least the 21 or even down to this level. And look at the trade setup, a 4.85R trade. Another amazing trade setup. So even if you're risking $100, you're making $485 if you're right. An amazing way to trade. This is how you're supposed to do it. 4R, 3R trades are like gold. You go into those every time because even if you only get halfway, you double your money. So that's basically what we're looking at. Okay. So those are the ETH and Bitcoin trade setups. And we shouldn't be looking for more on the other stuff. What coin that you don't own will I be buying next? A very good question, Matt. So what coins do I like that I don't have that I'll be buying next? Good question. This is one I've been keeping my eye on for a long time. I was waiting for Injective to come down because it just went too high. It just didn't stop. I knew it would. I waited for here. We did trade this one setup before in the past off the bounce here. Now what we're looking for is this. That trade setup I just deleted, that was the one that I called that literally went all the way up to the in 2 days and hit our target and then came back down. So that was great. Now what we're looking for here is like, again, remember we talk about, my mouse is being retarded. Here we go. Okay, so remember we talked about these levels come back all the time. Well, look at this level. Another level, $7. Haven't got in yet. Why? We're just bearish. Like, I just don't want to enter anything yet. I'm waiting. But I like Injective as a project. I like the team. I know the team for a while. It's one of those projects I'm looking at. Another one I'm looking at getting into is Atom. Again, still too bearish, so I'm not in it right now. Another one I'm looking to get into is Luna. Because Luna never gave me a chance to get in. It never came back down to the Tenkin or to the Kijinsen to bounce. So I never actually went in. This was a great opportunity I missed, but it didn't really come down to a certain level. Like I saw it here and then it kept going lower, so I didn't enter. So that was another reason why I didn't go in that. Now I'm in sharing, love it. I think it's super undervalued, super undervalued. And those people that dumped will probably regret it in a year from now. But that's what it is. Other ones that I'm looking at that I'm not in yet, EWT I'm looking to enter. But again, a lot of sell pressure was coming. I'm just waiting to see where this is going to go next. It's just ugly. There's too much ugly in the market. What coins that I'm looking at right now that I'm really looking at that I like? Cake. I'm going to leave this with, this is my last thing I'm going to tell you guys. Cake. Cake, if it breaks the daily today, if it holds above this level at $19.10 or so, it will look to retest, and then I'm going to go in and I'll be looking to go to about $27, about this level right here. And I would be exiting out just above about 17. So that would be your trade setup. On the long side for Cake is if we can hold it, we'd be looking to go in here, stop around there, and target just about here is our target. So about 3R trade. Another trade setup, easy, you can get it in. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about these videos. Do you like the live feeds? Do you want me to do other stuff? There's things that you could like. But remember, don't forget that who is buying and who is selling. The whales are selling today, and the whales are selling more than the whales that have held for 2 years to 6 months. It's the people over 2 years are selling heavily today, as much as they were way back in May, way back before the bear trend started. So these guys are selling, these guys are buying. Don't get wrecked. Be smart, be diligent, and always play defense. This is not the time to play around. This is the time to make sure that you never get wrecked, that you make sure you secure your capital. And if we do get bullish, great. We'll send you on the next moon mission. All right, guys. See you later. Have yourselves a great day. I'm Coach K. Bye-bye.